Good evening. This is Beth Siebert. I'm with Indian River County Fluid Artists, and this is painting number 10 of our paint pouring pandemic series. The series was designed for parents and children, actually to give parents and kids something to do, constructive and positive during homeschool, and kind of give the parents a break from teaching and just have kind of a positive, constructive thing, activity to do with their child. That's why this was created to begin with. Although adults seem to like it too. I have heard from adults that like it. So I welcome everybody. It's been a long series we've gone through together. I appreciate everybody working with me. I always forget to ask you guys to give me a thumbs up or likes or to share. Of course, all my paintings are for sale, but not right now because I know everybody is going through this pandemic together, and there'll be plenty of time for sales afterwards. If you want to contact me about a sale, you can always reach me at Indian River County Fluid Artists and just message me, or if you have a question in general, I'll go ahead and try and answer it. I'm pretty good about answering that account, so that's one of my accounts I really stay on top of. So the colors tonight, I've already mixed them in the cup before we got here. It's an 8x10 canvas. I've got my painter's tape on the back, and I've got the tacks. We do this every time. So we used metallic blue, and this is by Basic. This is dioxazine purple by Basic. This is metallic red by Artist Loft. This is unicorn spit. I believe it's aqua or teal, I'm not certain, but I don't think there's that many unicorn spits available on the market in that color. This is regular old Artist Loft yellow. This is Deco Art 24 karat gold. And then that is the colors that are in this cup. This is Artist Loft black on 8x10. And I'm gonna try this feather pour. I've already tried it once tonight and totally messed it up. So I'm gonna try and do it again, and we're gonna see if we get a better result. Hopefully so. I can only hope, right? Just pay attention to what I'm doing as I try and move across. Trying to make a big old feather. Okay. We have a lot of paint left in here. And that is a darn shame, right? So let me see. Doesn't look real feathery to me, but I'm not a feather expert, so let's see if I can flip it back and forth. Oh, that's not making it look any more feathery. I think kind of, what if we tip it off that way? So if this is a feather, it's probably one of the most unattractive feathers I've ever seen. So at this point, I'm going to tell you, I don't really like this. And this is our last pour together. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something different. And this is called, you can look it up on YouTube, it's called a kiss feather. And you can see if, we'll put more of this in here. Maybe I can get the other side to go. You can see if the way they do it on there, but from what I can tell, the girl was like, I go really slow. But the problem is the colors aren't mixing in a circular motion. That's really what we're running into. I mean, that looks like more of a feather there than, and not a really good one. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, I wouldn't write home about that feather. So, what do we do when stuff happens like this? We do what we always do, we improvise, right? I mean, we're not gonna let we've got what looks like flames going here, which are really kind of cool. We don't actually have to do that. So that looks pretty cool the way that's going up there. So we can probably follow up with doing something similar to that in the actual another cup. So we know that these are our only colors. It's like the colors we have on the side to add to this. So we can't really deviate. Put some white in here. See if that makes a difference. And this is really the last of our, it's the last of our unicorn spit, which is very sad because it's not our last of our unicorn spit, but the last we have made up for tonight. Okay, so let me see if I can pour something along the lines of a ribbon pour through here. It's not really a ribbon pour, it's like the kiss pour. I guess I don't know how to do the kiss pour very well. And I definitely don't know how to do it because I just got a huge chunk of black in the kiss pour. Okay, so let's okay, so let's see if we get something there that's halfway resembling a feather. Gotta tell you, I saw this and I was pretty impressed when she did it, but I had my doubts that I would ever be able to do it. So, and I was right. I was completely right. I am not able to do this. Although I can say I do like this. I like the colors. I like the combinations. I just don't like the way it's laying up. So we're gonna have to start doing some improvising again, which I know how much y'all love when I improvise, because pretty much so every painting that doesn't turn out right is an improvisational journey with me. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. Okay. And this is what makes these videos long, is trying to explain to you, like, well, how am I going to come up with those? Well, I don't really know. I know that there's colors, like I know blue can go in here and work well, but I also know that we have green gold that can go in here too. That would work quite well and kind of liven it up a little bit. And then I want to take this. I'm going to put some white through in here on top of it. And follow through with dioxazine purple behind that. Because you're never going to get me to complain about dioxazine purple. I just love it. Okay. So I said I'd never use a tool that y'all didn't have access to, which I really want to tonight, but I'm not going to. So here we go with a piece of paper. All right. But the difference with the piece of paper on this turn is that I'm going to cut teeth into it. I'm going to make it like have little teeth sticking out. so that it kind of drags in a weird way so that it picks up and does things that it wouldn't normally do. And so you guys will see that in the, I'm just cutting it. So when you really think, gosh, this is a really long video, well, it's a lot of improvisation. So see, I cut it. I make this side. So you got these kind of, you know, really weird teeth. So that it kind of picks up and drags in teeth. And that's really what I want to do here, is pick up and drag in teeth. Now, you know, a color that I'm really thinking about adding in, I'm not actually thinking about it, I'm going to do it, is orange. I'm telling you, 95% of these paintings are, you come into the canvas with an idea, and then if it doesn't work, you find another way. And so that's literally, and you're never to stress about this, guys. I mean, really not, the painting is not to cause you stress, it's to cause you joy. Oh, I like that. See, now the beast has been created. Now that I've seen that pattern, we may just have a complete painting pattern of this now the whole way. Yep, it could happen. It really could. And that's even without, so I'm going to put the purple up here, and then the purple, and then I'm going to put white with the purple. I'm going to put some of this blue that I like so much in the purple and the white. And then I'm going to put some gold in here because we need some color. I mean, we need some light. The Lord said, let there be light. Happy Easter, by the way, guys. It's Easter weekend. I know we're all going through this pandemic together. And I want to wish all of y'all a very happy Easter. And, you know, I'm just glad we're all here to share it together. You know, even if we have to do it just by the internet. Isn't that cool? We started out doing one thing and we got to another, and actually I'm happier with the other thing we got to. So I you know, this is where the paint part of this all works out for me, is because I'll go in and just ditch. If I don't like what's going on, I will come up with something else. And you know, and I want you to do the same. I mean, I seriously want you to not let, this is a ribbon that I'm pouring over this, not let the fact that your painting doesn't come out exactly like you think it should, like bake your noodle, because life is full of surprises or disappointments, as I used to tell my son all the time. And part of that is being able to turn the frown upside down and do something that is going to be just throw you. And so that is the goal. I mean, the goal is not to let it get you. I mean, that is the whole purpose of doing all of this, is to teach you adaptation. And art also is very peaceful. That's also one of the reasons why I'm doing this with you guys, is because I want you guys to have that you know, that peace and that calmness during the holidays and through this, you know, the pandemic, and so that, you know, you have a sense of well-being. So you're not worried, basically, is, you know, my answer here. Okay, so I'm going to go back up in here, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to flip through that, and I'm going to go, whoa. Now I'm really pretty close to creating mud there. That's almost too much mix, so I got to be careful with my next round. So I'm down here, and I'm still loving this gold and this red thing. I know I should be over the gold and red, but I'm not. I have a gold red thing going on down here. And so let me put a little bit up there, a little bit down there, a little white in there, Don't want people to think that I'm not adding the white. I may be fine with keeping that negative space too. We're not married to any method. Now remember, we were doing a kiss cup when we started, right? And then we came back. Kiss cup didn't work for us. See, that's almost too mixed. You see how it's getting gray there? It's a little dangerous getting it that mixed. We came back and we did something even better. This I prefer far better to the kiss cup or a feather. I think this is much cooler. I like the way things are moving. It kind of, I find it inspiring. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this, I'm going to live really dangerously, and I'm going to turn it and see if I get a spiral out of there. And pick it up. Yep. I got a little bit of a spiral out of that. I may have to get back and do something to that later, but we're good for the moment. Okay, so we're continuing on. I really like this green gold. Love green gold. Love violet. I really love violet. Doesn't have to be exact for me. I'm not an exact science girl. I don't have formulas. This one's not pouring for me. And this is another reason why to just have your bottles made up, so that if something goes wrong, you can just start grabbing and you can just start redefining your painting to make it work for you. Adaptation, guys. Adaptation is what it's all about. You adapt, you survive. That is life. So, not to be metaphysical, but please don't forget, I've done 10 videos with you guys. If you've watched them and you've enjoyed them, please, thumb me up, and I can go ahead and share. Give me a thumbs up, share, and what else? Subscribe, because I do put more videos up from time to time. I literally was not going to be able to do this for a long time because I literally was booked out with art shows before the pandemic hit. And then after the pandemic hit, no art shows, which happened to everybody. I mean, I'm not alone in that plight. That's a universal plight for most artists. So, let me see here. I know I want to pick up some gold in there. I'm going to put a little gold down. Pick up some light. I want some light in here. Okay. So I'm going to put some. Now, the only thing I'm going to say is just don't re-swipe a lot, and make certain you wipe off the card every time you do, because if you do re-swipe a whole lot, you stand a really good chance of getting a really messed up composition. So I don't want that to happen to you guys, and you get muddy colors, and I don't want that to happen too. We're back to purple, and we're gonna go with that color. Oh, that's got a lid on it. This is violet, quinacridone violet. This is like my golden stuff. This is expensive stuff. Not that you need expensive to do really nice paintings. You can do really nice paintings that aren't expensive. I'm not sponsored by anybody. There are paints that I prefer, but when you're just starting out, and this is a beginner's kind of series, I want you to experiment with different paints. Try everybody. Find who you like. I'm not so crazy about that end, but such is life. That I can live with. I'm not crazy about it, but I can live with it. It's a little white for me. I'd rather have that white in the center, right in here. I actually would rather have there I do yellow. Now, with this much paint on here, there is a high possibility of cracking. How do you avoid cracking is a good question. And the answer is you use GAC 900 in your paint. Okay, so I don't even know if I can spin this out right to get it to go, but I'm gonna try. Whoa. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see. Okay. I'm not done yet. The one thing that's missing from that, I know you're like, nothing is missing, lady. You don't need any more paint. I do. I need more paint, more paint. It's like, it's a must for me. It's not really a must. I mean, I do regular paintings too. Just, that was a big faux pas. But I've really enjoyed our time together. I would not have spent this time doing this. I would have been cleaning my house. But y'all were just a phenomenal, wonderful, terrific distraction. And I wanted to give something during this time. I really thought it's important right now that we're good to each other. And this was my skill that I had to give to you. So all of this is available at Michael's, and Michael's is open, Mom and Dad. Now, I've said this in every single video. I'll say it in this one too. The heat gun is what everyone uses. I'm not responsible. I use a torch because I've been using a torch forever. I don't want anybody using the heat gun. Using the torch. The parents are the ones supposed to be adults over 18 handling the heat gun. So I'm just gonna get the air bubbles out of this. This is our last painting together. I'm not gonna do another one. This is the beginning module. I've already kind of showed you guys stuff that you shouldn't have seen anyways in a beginner's module, but I think, finding your way on a canvas sometimes is a really exciting thing to do. So you don't want to bring up a lot of cells, you just want to get the air bubbles out. And I'm just doing a lot because there's a lot of paint on here. I keep my apartment really cool, so the paint shouldn't crack, but I'm just letting you know, if you have a really warm apartment or a really warm house, there is a high probability your paint will crack. Do not move your paintings for 24 hours. That is really, really, really important. You need to make certain they are dry before you move them. And I mean not just dry to the touch, dry, dry, dry. So this is a Beth Siebert. This has been Module 1, Introduction to Pandemic Paint Pouring. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Please, again, give me a thumbs up, a like, subscribe. I love questions. You can contact me at Indian River County Fluid Artist on Facebook. Everything is for sale. If you're interested in that, or you want to, ask me about a method or how I came up with whatever. You saw, I just improvised with the card. It was a free paint card. I just sat there with scissors and cut it out and just did something. I'm always improvising. I am probably the most improvisational, not probably the most, there's so many great fluid artists, and I want to give credit to every single one of them that are out there working today, because they've all taught me things. So I want everyone to stay safe. Thank you for staying home. God bless you all. Happy Easter, or happy whatever holiday you share. And I'm praying for all of you. I really hope to see and hear from you soon. Please take care.